welcome back. You are still tuned into Funtastic Fridays here on Newstalk 93 FM. And you know, from you hear that song, that you know what time it is. It is time to talk the Ting with Kim. And this week's discussion is going to be part 2 to what we were talking about last week, which is accountability in relationships. So, guys, I hope you guys took some notes last week, because I realized a lot of us, we just know the word, we don't really understand what accountability means. So if it is that you missed it, please feel free to go check out our YouTube channel. Go onto YouTube, type in Funtastic Fridays, and every single Talk the Ting with Kim episode is there. And guys, if it is that you have any topics that you would like us to look into, feel free to let us know. You can drop us a DM at Funtastic 93 FM, and we'll be happy to look into it, and we'd love to do a presentation for a topic that you would love. Alright,
and also want to let you listeners know from the previous segment, so we are going to be giving away tickets for WTF, that's the water event happening tomorrow at Sabina Park. You don't want to miss that, so you got to stay tuned. We'll be trying to drop those in closer to the 7:30 break. Only one giveaway, and the other one is going to be on our Instagram
and we
page.
still did have the digital requests.
Yeah, we still have digital credit to read out as well, so stay tuned for that.
Alright, so for this week, we're going to start off part 2 of our discussion. And as usual, guys, on the live especially, you know I love when we interact. You know I love your questions. I love your feedback. So let us know what it is that you think. Let us know your opinions on this topic, alright? So we're going to pick up where we left off. And where we left off is where we were discussing the 3 core benefits of accountability, right? So benefit number 1, it builds self-awareness, right? To be accountable for your actions, you first have to understand what steps you're taking and why. For example, you may find that at any time you feel embarrassed, you lash out to redirect attention away from you. When you practice accountability, especially in your relationships, you regularly take stock of what you're doing, building awareness of your behaviors, habits, and tendencies. Would you say that's something that you are used to doing, that you notice that you do?
Lash out to divert.
Well, not necessarily that particular trait. That was an example. But do you think being accountable helps to bring self-awareness?
Awareness of what?
Your habits. And so if you're accountable, you have to evaluate. For you to say, all right, you know, for real, that's the way I come from, and I even go as far as an apology. That means I've accepted and analyzed probably what I did. You know, that's the self-awareness part that comes out, right? And you pay attention to it, you analyze, all right, you know, for real, but tone probably did harsh. Let's say there's a way you spoke to him. I said, boy, MP me never like how you talk to me, you know? You could have just brushed it off and don't pay it no mind, right? But if you actually analyze it and say, all right, my tone, even though I don't really see where Kimmie come from, I can say, for some people, then put a misconstrue my tone.
So myself, that would work hand in hand, because for you to be accountable, you have to be somewhat self-aware.
Yeah, but a lot of persons apologize just because they want to quell the issue.
Yeah,
doesn't mean that
that's not good accountability.
But it seems like they're being accountable. But it seems like they're being accountable.
Right, so the true people in the world, I would say.
Agree with that. So who wouldn't? So to take accountability in the first place, wouldn't you first have to be aware?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, they play it together.
Not necessarily. Alright, so you ever hear when somebody say, like, they'll apologize and they're like, alright, well, what are you apologizing for? I see a lot of parents, especially when they're teaching their kids, like, when they apologize and express what you're apologizing for, show that you understand.
Yeah, I've seen.
A lot of us don't understand. A lot of us, and that's where the self-awareness comes in. So we are teaching true accountability. You have to be able to say, all right, what exactly are you sorry for? You can't just say sorry just because we say sorry.
Yeah, you have to look into it.
You have to know what you did do.
And accept a little part of whatever it is, even if it's just your tone. I apologize for my tone. Maybe this is something that is really true, but you know, or they probably needs to be said.
And sometimes there's not even no apology needed, but it's just that you can still try to understand the person's perspective.
Yeah.
Because in some instances, not necessarily apology required, no, but guess what? We can agree to disagree, you know? But I can see where you're coming from. So One of the main benefits, or the 3 core benefits, is self-awareness when we're practicing true accountability. So we're not going to talk about just general accountability, true accountability. The second core benefit is that it encourages empathy. So at its core, accountability is a practice between at least 2 people rather than one person acting in a bubble. Accountability is about one person thinking deeply about how their actions affect those around them. And this practice encourages empathy, or putting yourself in others' shoes to consider how they feel, which is a fundamental part of a healthy relationship. Would you agree that it encourages empathy?
Accountability.
Yeah. To be accountable, you're considering the other side of the coin.
Yeah. Once you say they put yourself in somebody's shoes, that is basically what empathy is about, to acknowledge what the person is going through.
Well, you said true accountability.
Yeah.
So
No more in the version where you're talking about. What were you going to say? Come and say the wheels are turning on your head now.
I can't.
Right? They say the wheels are turning. So explain what you want to
because I mean, again, you can apologize to calm the situation, not because you necessarily understand what really are going. You just know so the person upset, and you have learned because of how you socialize that once you say sorry, them usually calm down.
Yeah, true.
So most people apologize for that. You don't must necessarily understand. I was thinking about that.
Okay.
But you said true accountability, which means you do the work and you actually know what you're apologizing for. So automatically, if you know, then you must have had to put yourself in the person's shoes
to understand. So they go hand in hand. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, I love that. And then the third core benefit of accountability is that it fosters a culture of collaboration. When everyone in a relationship, and in this part we're not going to talk about MV theme for today, right? When the 2 people in the relationship that should be in a relationship, just 2, agrees to be accountable, it establishes a culture of collaboration in which each partner feels empowered to work together to make the relationship successful. So this is one of the things that I actually particularly agreed with this, because you see, when you have a partner where you don't feel like them willing to take responsibility when they should, you in turn sometimes feel like, all right, you know business, so me no business, or you don't care as much, so me no care as much, you know. So if it is that you have a partner that actually is good at accountability, it encourages us to work together. Because you have the people with a little point finger, they want to watch you first and see what you do first, and then that will decide, we do for thing, right? And I agree with
or maybe the same thing where you don't want the other person to win, because if the person is not taking accountability, you say, me not come say no sorry because
the person
So maybe the same thing. If you have a person who frequently and consistently take accountability and apologize, then you might feel a way if someone and you know want to apologize. I'm looking at myself, and
I've done that. I'm sorry. I've been guilty of that. I've been like, every time something happens, me the one who have try to fix it. I'm always the one to put down the, let's say, the weapons, quote unquote.
Be the bigger person.
Right, be the bigger person. But like, I can't bother with the pettiness, I can't bother with the malice, and me just fix things. But then there are days when I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it, I'm tired of doing it. Like, I want somebody to actually come to me and try to, get me to bury the hatchet or whatever. So,
I feel you.
What you say? You can relate to that?
I can relate.
Which side of the coin?
No, like
they want to watch the next person if they're accountable.
But quick for apologize, because I don't like certain animosity.
Yeah, I don't like it neither.
Some quick for, but but just as I explained earlier that you calm down the situation. I think maybe I was like that.
Yeah.
Just say me squash this, because
in a word to figure out
right.
But you never really reason it out and analyze the situation.
No, because nowadays me even can start looking at myself and say, maybe I could have handled that a little.
That is called growth. What about you, Sir Lionel?
No, I mean, definitely, as I even mentioned here from last week, so just looking at the topic and going over some things, it really highlights some idleness we go out with more time. So, being more aware and definitely seeking to make changes to become better persons. Yeah,
a better accountability.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to 5 reasons why accountability is vital in a relationship, right? So accountability is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, acting as the glue that binds partners together through trust, responsibility, and mutual respect. It ensures that both individuals are committed to their words, actions, and the relationship's overall growth. So here are 5 reasons why accountability is essential in a relationship. Number 1, it builds trust. So accountability is fundamental in building and maintaining trust between partners. When each person takes responsibility for their actions and follows through with their promises, it reinforces the belief that they can rely on each other. Such trust enables a safe, secure environment where both individuals feel valued and understood, essential for a deep and enduring connection. And I agree?
Yeah, man.
And I think that accountability is something that, it can affect trust.
Of course.
I don't know. I need to hear some more about how would it affect trust?
Because, all right, so if I cannot trust you to live up to your word, that already affects my trust. You're not accountable you're not responsible for the fact, or you're not taking responsibility for the fact that you say, Kim, I'm not that again. Or the next time I do it, just bring it to my attention, and that will help me. But then the next time I bring it to you, you still go off, right? It's going to diminish my trust, because the third time, my chances are I not bring it up to you, because I said, when your mother tell you, say, just ask what I tell you, just tell me not get upset. And then, right? So then when eventually something comes up, you're like, last time they tell me that, so the trust now has dwindled. And that's just one perspective. You could have looked on various relationship scenarios where if you tell me one thing and you keep on the opposite, the trust are going to diminish. Actually, when you tell me next time, I can say,
No, but I say accountability, meaning take responsibility for
your actions, right. But also behind promises, because that's you making promises and not keeping it as well. It means that you're not being accountable, because you're just out here making false promises. You're just out here saying things for the sake of saying things.
Yeah.
I feel think about that some more. But
accountability also means, MV, to be a man of your word.
Yes. You can hold me, so just like you can hold somebody accountable, you can hold me to my word.
Yes, so it's not about just doing
so wrong. It's not just accepting when we do something that it affects somebody, but also, am I just saying things for the sake of saying things, or can you trust my word?
You count on your word?
Yeah, if me say, boy, MV, anyway, anytime you need me, just call me. But then every time you call me, I'm down to one.
You're not accountable. I cannot count on you.
I like that. You're not accountable. I cannot count on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that. Maybe because maybe not look on accountability as like
because
that.
we most look at it from the
apologizing
kind of. Look at it from the post, but accountability is also a thing that can be done in the future. You say something, are you going to follow up? If you don't follow up,
I have to.
You can also think about it in a workplace perspective, right? Let's say, for example, you commit to, boy, I get the reports to you by 5 p.m. But 5 p.m. pass and you don't do it. You have to take accountability for falling short on your word, for not doing as you promised or committed to.
So instead of having to apologize, just do the thing right in the first place.
Exactly.
That's
you don't have to think very basic.
Yeah, man.
I have to represent for the basic thinkers out there.
MV represent for the philosophers.
Basic.
These are petty things. What would my
you notice how much me always asking them for clarify, because
and I love that you ask.
Yeah, because I think in very basic terms. I always want me ask questions so that the listeners who don't understand can understand.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah.
No, but I like that we brought up this perspective because, as we said, most people when you hear accountability is just when you did something.
Yeah.
But it's not just doing that. It's also, are you standing by your word? Are you? They always, we're taught to be men of our word. Even women, we're told to be men of our word.
Yeah.
So it's accountability. That's what you did there. Accountability, right? Another reason that accountability is vital in relationships is that it promotes open communication.
Right.
So accountability encourages open and honest communication. By being accountable, partners feel more comfortable discussing their feelings, concerns, and desires without fear of judgment or retaliation. Studies have found a connection between how individuals respond during conflicts in relationships and how they respond to the good news by their partner, with relationship satisfaction and stability being impacted as a result. So openness allows for the resolution of conflicts in a constructive manner, strengthens the emotional bond, and ensures that both partners are heard and understood. So once again, I am willing to communicate with you. If it is that me know, say, boy, you'll listen without judgment. And then also, if there is a case where something goes wrong, you will take that accountability. So just like how the trust come up and say, if you say, yeah man, just tell me, not get upset. But every time I tell you something, you're going to get upset. My communication is now going to be stunted with you because I'm going to say, all right, I can't tell MV certain things. Or if something really happened, I've got to tell him a piece of the truth because in keep on telling me, say, now get upset. But all mothers out there, especially Jamaican mothers, need to analyze this part of it where you promise they're not go upset. All right, don't worry, I'm not beat you. And then you just let us down every single time, right? So it just basically, it stuns the communication in the relationship because if me can't trust, say, you're not going to react the way you promised not to react. Or
but you know what, if you're so upsetting for real?
No, then I better you tell me, say don't tell me. I better you tell me. Because some people ever say, listen, I'm walking for me hear this now, because I know if any of me hear this. That's you being honest with yourself.
Yeah, gonna know it.
Yeah, but if the person knows you, they know they have there's a big chance they know what will upset you. And they will say, MV, me not tell you this because, but then because first, one, you're fast, and two, not say MV in particular, don't say people overall. One, we're fast, and then two, we're curious, I guess, and we're like, hey, all right, just tell me, and if somebody ever say, me just tell you something nice, stay up on your mind, yeah, it's like we just want to know, so we're going to tell you anything for tell we, yeah man, just tell me, I'm not go. React, I'm not gonna tell nobody else.
You're good, man. You're good.
You're good. Oh. And then we know, say, it was at that moment we know we weren't good.
Well, that I can agree with.
That you can agree with. So,
but don't get upset. I don't know if I can promise nobody that. So.
Yeah, so but that's a good thing. You know you can't do it, say not gonna do it. But you have people out there promising that and know say them can't do it.
Yeah. Them just want to get the first step out of the way. Yeah, man.
Exactly.
You're good, man. You're good. Yeah. And them literally know you're that good. But them just say it.
Exactly. I've heard people literally say, listen, me an old fridge. Ain't you tell me, me not keep it. And I will respect those people because guess what, you know what you're dealing with. Then the people, they must say, no, man, I take it to my grave. What you mean? And then before you go outside, then WhatsApp two people. And tonight, them have a group call. And you understand? So it's not about...
True.
Committing to something that is not you. Just be honest. I've heard people literally tell me, I'm old for you know, so there's no say. Anything you tell me, me no keep it. And I like that. Me would I keep smiling around like that just because I know woman can accept. Me not tell you certain things. Me not tell you certain things. But guess what? Me like your honesty. Right?
At least me know something.
Me know exactly. You tell me. Surprise me down the road and then I say, but MV say. No, I say, boy, me expect it. Because MV don't tell me. We can laugh and say that, right? And that is also a part. They're being accountable by telling you, don't tell me nothing. Me is a whole fridge. That is accountability, right? So it promotes open communication. Then it also encourages personal growth. When partners hold each other accountable, they challenge each other to grow and improve. This doesn't mean pointing out each other's flaws in a negative way, but rather supporting each other's goals and personal development. I want to say, and I agree with that one, yeah? Does accountability encourage personal growth?
I would think so. Because I mean, again, with the whole conflict in relationship thing, it can get bad, as we all know.
We know.
Things happen. Nobody no feel like say for them like if I constantly don't clean up after myself, let's use because woman always say man not clean up after themselves.
They don't know where the clothes basket is.
Yeah,
I don't think we can see clothes baskets. I don't think we can see dirty clothes baskets at all. It's right in front of you.
Yeah.
And actually put it beside it too. Continue.
So definitely there's growth potential. If you and your partner can talk about whatever is happening. If you don't just brush it off and say, I just saw me stay.
Yeah.
I left my clothes and my shoes everywhere. I just saw me stay. Clearly, you grow if you work with your partner, and maybe your partner can suggest steps to overcome your shortcomings.
Yeah. No, but I like that you mentioned that because it reminds me of a conversation I had that sort of resulted like that. Just sharing some doubts or insecurity or some issue, and then after analyzing it at first, the other person wasn't getting the perspective, but then you break it down and then say probably draw diagrams and all these things.
Yeah.
And then they got it, and then they said, well, guess what, it's something I'm going to work on. But then guess what, the twist was they also set an expectation. Don't expect it to fix overnight.
Okay.
So it's like in response, this is accountability as well. Like, all right, my no chances are, probably I could do it again a time or two.
Yeah.
Don't expect it overnight, but what I can commit to is that point out if it does happen and just know it will fix over time.
Yeah.
That is accountability. Then somebody will tell you, say, yeah man, I'm not get what my hurt you. Alright, guess what, I can tell you this, not again. But chances are that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a habit of yours that they're on a long time. But people like to make these promises. So as I said, we're all talking about accountability. Are we really being accountable? But when you can say, boy, all right, and I'm my strength that and probably 10 years me I do this or something pick up, but guess what, I gotta work on it.
Can't fix nothing same time.
Yeah, but most people don't set that expectation.
Maybe them not really realize.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they realize, me can't just fix this.
People, you have people optimistic with everything, So, when, for example, they might say, how long did that take you to reach the half a tree? 5 minutes. Like the film clock. That's unrealistic.
No, for real. I talked to my brother this morning. He must say, he lungs mash up. Because him used to could have go out and just run for 30 minutes. Him not do it for a while and him try it this morning and him a bus. I said then, if you not do it for a while, then I must expect say you have to start slow and build up back to it. So the same thing. Some people don't realize you can't just jump in, so you have to take your time and
it just work like magic. So.
People like feel switch cold turkey, right? Alright, so another reason accountability is vital in relationship. It ensures equality and respect. It encourages a sense of equality and respect in a relationship in the way that both partners are held to the same standards. It prevents power imbalances. So you see the same to me tell you, boy, I'm tired of the be the one for all the apologize for. That's like a power imbalance. Somebody always feel like, all right, for us to be at peace, I have to give in. Yeah, I have to give in, because if any of me follow you, we don't talk for weeks, right? So it encourages a power balance, which apparently in most relationships it's not there. It's not evident in most relationships. So it ensures that neither partner feels burdened or taken for granted. And this mutual respect is crucial for maintaining a healthy and balanced relationship where both individuals feel valued. And this isn't only when it comes to fixing problems. It can be, boy, the man feel like every time when I go out a female expense.
Yeah.
The man or female, regardless whatever, may feel like, no, this other instance, the man and then I say or female can feel like, boy, they're always the one to have to initiate intercourse. I've heard that discussion in relationships as well, where they're like, listen, it's not a thing what men alone want. Like, men want to feel wanted too, but they have women say, boy, I'm not even that's not because nobody feel like they're more that. No, the minute you're analyzing a relationship like that, chances are you're not supposed to be in that relationship.
We don't need I'm tired to explain this, you know. Women always initiate. They just do it in subtle ways.
Well,
no, some don't.
But anyway, we don't want to change there.
Well, we're going to pause on that note and we're going to go to the break. When we get back, we do have more giveaways in store, and then we're going to wrap up the discussion on accountability in relationships.